Howdy folks, welcome to this episode of Texan on Tour. I'm your host Matt Miller, and in this episode we're in a city south of Houston, north of Galveston, founded by James Marion West in the early 1900s and later sold to the Humble Oil Company. It's the home of the Johnson Space Center, the wrestler Booker T, and Mary, the Crown Princess of Denmark. In this episode, we're in Clear Lake. Howdy, y'all. I'm Matt Miller. I spent my life on the open road, meeting, eating, and defeating the 9-to-5s with the good folk I came across. So come on the road with me as we hit the next stop on this episode of Texan on Tour. When it comes to food, there's two types of people, sweet and savory. So when it comes to breakfast, there's donuts and kolaches. And when you ask people in the Clear Lake area, where are you gonna go for the best kolaches? They say see you in the mornings at Mornings Kolaches. Now everybody knows that kolaches are the Czechoslovakian addition to American breakfast fare. And if you're anywhere from Clear Lake to Kemah, you can find some of the best Texas has to offer at Mornings Kolaches. Begun in 1991 by brothers Carlos, Alex, and Edward Salazar, Mornings Kolaches soon blossomed into a lot more than just your average corner kolache crafters. Made fresh daily, Mornings Kolaches come in a variety of flavors, from the fresh and fruity to the root and tooty meat-filled originals like boudin, ranchero, and a hot little number called the Jalapeno.
Their jalapeno pop with the cream cheese and the bacon is the best.
We've been going to these places for, 10 years or more. We like the boudin kolaches. We just recently discovered the boudin, so yeah, we like it a lot.
All right, so check this out. I found this guy in uniform. So wait a minute. You work at a restaurant and you're here?
Oh yeah, got to come here, man. I mean, it's breakfast. Got to eat it, man. We got to have food to work.
You heard it right here. You gotta have some food to work. You gotta have food to work. So I sat down with the Salazar brothers to find out how much work it takes to make such good food. Three brothers. How do three Mexican brothers decide to go into the kolache business? It's very interesting. I mean, because it's anybody who would argue with America's not a melting pot.
Oh, no,
it's definitely a mixing bowl.
I've always been asked, are you guys Czech? Yeah, Czech with a very good suntan. But we started by going to a little Czech bakery in Pasadena who had the best kolaches in the world. I love the kolaches. And I went there so often that I said, I think I can do this. I've watched them doing it. I think we can do this. So I talked to them and we said, let's do it.
My schedule was crazy. I'd get to the shop at 3 in the morning and I'd bake, and I'd leave at 10 in the morning to go work at IBM for 4 hours till 2. And then from there I'd go next door to the college and be there from 4 to 10 at night. Go home, go to bed about 10:30 and do it all over again every day.
The stores take a lot of work every day, keeping your hands on, to keep consistency in your product. The stores are super clean all the time because our employees know we're here, and we hold everybody to a high standard, including ourselves. So yeah, it takes a lot of work.
What would you say to somebody who said, hey, I'm going to go into the kolache donut business. Here's my money, build me a store. I mean, and the youth when it comes to our work ethic. I mean, what would you say?
A lot of dedication. Have a lot of work ethic and dedication and see things through.
The youth of today wants everything now. The work ethic in America has dwindled, I think. Gosh, I think now, what else would I be doing if I wasn't doing this? This has been an incredible
Working for somebody else, doing the same thing.
Probably.
It's always better to be your own boss. You just got to be your own boss. Yeah. That's the problem.
Exactly.
So
you got to motivate yourself. If you don't work, you don't eat.
So with that, the Salazar brothers put me to work in the kitchen learning how to make the best kolaches around while racing the fastest bakers in town. Spread it out a little bit like this. We go one here, and if I got her right, I bring it up like this. I go like this, right? Okay, and maybe put a roll in there and bring it over like that, and then
Pinch it together.
You're hired, man. I'm hired? I'm hired. I got a job. If this show doesn't work out, I can make kolaches. Cool. I rule.
Well, you come for one or two. Boy, this show's gonna make me fat.
And now time for a little trivia. Ellington Field, a joint air base operated by various reserve components of the military, NASA, and the 147th Reconnaissance Wing of the Texas Air National Guard, was constructed during which American conflict? Was it A, World War I, B, World War II, C, the Korean War, or D, the Vietnam War? The answer after the break.
Once there was a home insurance company that didn't like to pay out. So the homeowners hired a lawyer that turned claims about. When the home insurance company said no, the lawyer didn't fear it. He took them to court to find their giving spirit. I'm Eric Dick, the Dick Law Firm. When your home insurance company puts coal in your stocking, I'll take them to Pound Town, baby, to give them a flocking. This year, get what you asked for. Call me at 832-LAWYERS and we'll settle the score. Call me today. Call me right away at 832-LAWYERS. Better get Dick.
And now, back to our trivia question. Ellington Field, a joint air base operated by various military components, NASA, and the 147th Reconnaissance Wing of the Texas Air National Guard, was constructed during which conflict? Was it A, World War I, B, World War II, C, the Korean War, or D, the Vietnam War? Well, if you said World War I, you were right. It was built in 1917. Now, one of the coolest things you can experience when you're in Clear Lake is the annual Wings Over Houston Airshow. Check it out. I'm on a plane. If you've never been to the Wings Over Houston Airshow, it's a must-see. A production of the Commemorative Air Force, it's one of the largest civic events in South Texas and is an experience that will wow your senses while reminding you of the men and women who served and are currently serving to protect our freedom and the United States of America. You can check out all the aircraft, new and old, and you don't have to look too hard to meet the men and women who pilot them and risk their lives in service of yours. I dropped into the Legends and Heroes tent to speak with a few old-timers who served during World War II and listen to their stories. As best I could, however, considering all the engines roaring in the background. 94 years old.
Yeah, 94.
You do not look 94. What's your secret?
Well, my wife says it's that tender loving care. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So tell me about your experience in World War II.
World War II, I started flying the summer of '41 in what they call a CPT program, and I got hooked on flying, and I wanted to continue, and the only way I was able to was go into service. And so I went in the service 3 days before Pearl Harbor, and at flight school in Dallas, and finished in 10 months, went overseas in January of '43, and flying fighters, which I wanted to do, and I stayed overseas 13 months, didn't do much of anything, but came back and instructed. Then I went overseas again in January '45 and stayed till the war ended, and was in the reserve, got called back for Korea in August 1st of '50, and was in BMF 214, the Black Sheep Squadron in Korea, and it was neat organization. I really enjoyed it. Got to go aboard a carrier, Sicily, and flew 102 missions. And
102 missions
in Korea. Yeah, I flew 140 in World War II, going overseas twice. Yeah.
So you've done 242 missions.
242 missions.
That's a heck of a lot for a perfect streak, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
you never shot down, nothing?
No, I wasn't. And that's something.
Well, tell me, Daniel, you were Apache pilot. How cool is that?
All right, I'll have to admit that's probably the coolest job in the world that I had. Getting to fire off 30mm rounds, flying the Apache attack helicopter. What more can I say?
Wow. There's not much out there more powerful than this.
No, there isn't. Not in the helicopter world. This is the premier attack helicopter in the entire free world.
Yeah. I grew up with Airwolf and Blue Thunder, so this was like...
Okay. I grew up the same way, too, but yeah, this guy here with the missiles and the rockets and the 30mm chain gun, yeah, the enemy hated us.
So a lot of people, they tend to think about all the pilots, but there's so much, the pilots are like almost, what, 5% of the entire operation?
Probably.
Yeah, and the rest is ground crew.
A lot of it was, yes.
And so what did you were
I was dispatcher to the WASP program. That's the Women's Air Force Service Boat.
Okay.
And the first 3 classes were here in Houston.
Really?
Yeah.
So the Women's Air Force really, the women part of the Air Force really was from here.
Started here. And the women had to have at least 200 hours flying time. And they had to pay their own way. So you don't hear a whole lot about it.
So you just dispatched all the planes coming and going?
Yeah, right.
And, wow.
They had to come sign in at the doghouse. That's what they call my little house.
You were in charge of the doghouse?
Yeah.
We've met the one who's in charge of the doghouse. She's in charge of the doghouse. Let me ask you this. How, given your service and, the things you've seen in war and what you fought for, how do you feel about the direction this country's going?
Scares the heck out of me, frankly, and I'll be very honest with you. And we recently had a big wedding in our family, and all the kids and grandkids came, and I caught myself looking around at all my grandchildren, small, and think, they've got to straighten out and deal with all this mess. And that scares me.
What would you tell, if somebody decided that they were going to vote and, they thought socialism was a good idea, what would you tell somebody?
You've lost your mind.
Just straight out.
Yep.
Well, you can't get much more straight up than that. And with that, we'll be back after these messages.
I got denied, but my claim was legit.
You need to hire Dick.
Now I'm out of money. I think I'll be sick.
You need to hire Dick.
Would someone please help? This is bullspit.
You need to hire Dick. You should hire me, Eric Dick, to hound them and pound them, to get you what you deserve.
The insurance company's going to have a lawyer. You should too. Call me right away at 833-7-RIGHTS.
Don't delay. Call the Dick Law Firm right now. Guess who I ran into here? Kevin Lacey from the show Airplane Repo. So Kevin.
Yes, sir.
How did you get into the stealing plane business?
Well, it was kind of an accident, but it was like September 5th, 1975. And the boss kind of threw me a wad of keys and said, hey, Kev, this airplane's headed to this airport, or that airport. Go pick it up and bring it back. And being a kid at a maintenance shop, I was oftentimes called upon to ferry airplanes from one airport to the other to bring them home for maintenance and then send them back out there, But this was kind of odd. I didn't really catch on until later because the boss usually knew exactly where it was, what hangar it was in, and gave me the key to the hangar and all, But for some reason, he didn't have a clue where this one was. He just, it's Eastern Oklahoma, it's at this airport, that airport, or this airport. And he throws me a wad of keys. We finally found the airplane, the third airport we went to. And we jumped in and didn't think anything of it. I picked the lock on the darn thing, got in there, saddled up, and flew on home. And we had a great time, We're 19-year-old kids. We're being paid to fly around during the daytime. That was pretty cool. Anyway, we get back over to the airport. Here comes the boss. He goes, what in the hell do you think you're doing? And I looked over and I said, well, see, boss man, we're doing an annual inspection. Isn't that what you sent us to get the airplane for? He goes, hell no, it's a repo. I said, what do you mean a repo? What the hell's that? Why didn't you say something? He goes, well, if I'd have told you, wouldn't you have gone to get it? And I said, well, I don't know. You never gave me the opportunity. You didn't ask. So,
With that, Kevin pointed us in the direction of another project near and dear to his heart. So we're here with Ernie Butcher with the Eagle's Nest Project. And this is what, a high school? You guys build planes?
Actually, Matt, it's a rather unique program for high school classes only.
Okay.
And in fact, yes, they build an airplane from flat boxes to what you see here in the background in a school year inside their school during class periods. It's not an after-school project. It's an accredited course study.
They're getting credit. You guys get credit for this.
Absolutely. And in some of our schools, they actually get dual credit. We're partnered in some schools with Embry-Riddle, and it's just a dynamite program that empowers students to levels they never dreamed possible.
Now that's what American education system's all about, son. Cool.
Now that's what STEM education is all about,
As you can see, Wings Over Houston will blow your mind and tug on your heart. If it don't, I'd question whether you had one. It truly is more than anyone can absorb in just one afternoon. Well, we've seen a lot here at the Wings Over Houston Airshow. Getting a little bit hungry. Let's go grab a burger. So after a full day at Wings Over Houston, the best way to get your feet firmly planted on the ground is with some good old American grub. And that's why we're here at a place that's withstood the test of time and several hurricanes. And that is Tookie's. The moment you step inside, you get that warm feeling you can only experience from a place you'd want to call home. From the eclectic mismatch of decor to the hardwood walls, you can quickly tell that your burger isn't the only thing that's well seasoned.
I've been coming here since I was a kid, so probably 40 years.
This place has been here forever, so you know I've grown up around this burger.
We come here about 2 or 3 times a month, and my favorite is the Stomp Size South Special. That's what I usually get. I like mine with some jalapenos on it, a little spicy.
It's a very cool environment, you know. We got the games on, so you know, if you want to come, watch the game, enjoy some good food, come on down to Tookie's. I like the train.
So what do you like about this place, man?
Train!
I heard about the train. Several people like that. They got a cool train up there, huh? But you don't like the food at all?
Yeah.
You do? You got some good fries? Hey, this guy knows his fries.
Pelican eggs.
Pelican eggs, the stuffed
Pelican
jalapenos. Those are excellent.
Tookie's is the place to go.
So tell me about Tookie's. It's Tookie's, right?
It's Tookie's. It was opened in 1975. We're definitely known for our burgers. We've got some other menu items for people that would like to try something else. We've got a really good salad, but we're known for our burgers.
Cool. What other kind of like, appetizers and stuff like that do you guys?
We have the Pelican eggs that are done in-house. It's a stuffed jalapeno with cheddar cheese, bacon, and cream cheese. Made in-house.
That sounds wonderful. Cool. And you're known for your onion rings too.
Yes, absolutely. The onion rings are hand-cut in-house. They're about an inch and a half thick.
Oh, inch and a half. That's a big.
That's a
big onion ring. Wow. And so, what am I going to be eating today? Describe this. What's this burger called?
Today, you're going to have the bean burger.
The bean burger.
Yes.
This isn't a vegetarian
It is
burger.
not
I don't
a
do veggie
vegetarian
burgers.
burger. It is not a vegetarian burger. It has refried beans.
Refried beans.
And Fritos.
Okay, now that I dig. I put Fritos on all sandwiches.
Everything.
Yeah.
Gives it a great crunch.
Doesn't it?
And it's topped with paste and cheddar cheese.
Paste and cheddar cheese. Wow. Okay, paste. That's Texas. There you go. All right. Well, cool. I can't wait to have this burger. So you got one of these coming out to me, right?
I do. I do have a bean burger.
Ah, here it is. This is the bean burger.
That's the bean burger.
This is the bean burger. The bean burger. All right, I gotta have the bean burger. That's a pretty big burger. See, there's your Fritos, and there's your paste, there's your. All right, here goes nothing. I got it all over my face.
You do.
I don't care. This is awesome. I would bathe with this. That is really good. That's got like, it's like a taco.
It is. It's like a taco on a bun.
I do have a lot. Napkin!
How you like it?
It's really, really, really good. This is really good. You've got to come here and try this. This is something you would have a craving for. I mean, I always do favorite burger.
I see the first one go to a table. I'm like, that's what I'm having for lunch.
I mean, what are you going to say? It's perfection. How do you improve on that? You don't. You just eat. Oh, that was awesome. But I really think I hurt myself in there. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Getting the shaft from your home insurance company? Better get Dick.
Here's a fun Texas fact. Did you know that the Armand Bayou Nature Center in Clear Lake is one of the largest urban wilderness preserves in the nation? It features a boardwalk through the marshes, numerous nature trails, and boating tours offering views of natural habitats from animals ranging from bison to butterflies.
It appears there's a mystery brewing here in the Clear Lake area. The culprit, chocolate. The crime, murder.
That's why we're here at Murder by Chocolate to figure out who done it. Murder by Chocolate Mystery Theater is a quaint, privately owned theater located just a few miles from Ellington Air Force Base, offering patrons a relaxing, fun-filled, and thrilled journey into the depths of mystery and deceit. After a fabulous gourmet-style buffet dinner, guests gown the costumes of their character roles they've chosen while their friends and family try to figure out their innocence or guilt. Don't worry if you don't feel Oscar-worthy, as the entire charade is led by a cast of polished performers that are more than practiced at helping their guests appear peerless. Tonight's whodunit is led by the doer himself, an evildoer that goes by the name
Dr. Doobad, the most evilest and deadliest scientist in the whole world! I'll show you. Everybody, you can clap. I'm Dr. Doobad. How do you do? I'm kind of scary, just like you. I'm mean and I'm evil, and as anyone can see, looky here. I even scared me. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is so exciting! It's the Do-Gooders! The Do-Gooders, come on up here, ladies! Give them a round of applause! Okay, ladies, you know what to do. Take it away! Yeah, cheer them on! I even scared me. Yeah!
The night continued with an enthusiastic hunt for the mischievous creature of Dr. Doobad's conjuring. There was some provocative questioning, some downright outrageous antics, and of course the night wouldn't have been complete without a little manslaughter. In the end, the culprit was, well, me. Yep, yours truly turned out to be Dr. Doobad's partner in crime. We closed the night out with a heaping help full of fine chocolates, coffee, and desserts, and the satisfaction of another case closed. Well, that's it for this episode. Now remember, TOT doesn't just stand for Texan on Tour. It also serves as a reminder to keep troops, officers of the law, and truckers in your thoughts and prayers. Why? Well, that's simple. Because troops and officers of the law, they keep America safe, while the truckers keep delivering the goods that keep us going. That's it for this episode of Texan on Tour. Dude, this place is the bomb! Bay doors area, generally speaking.
Good one.